Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley and today we're going to be doing update number 1 for my Pan Those Discontinued Eyeshadows project. So I will start off by saying I've really been enjoying this project so far. I have had the opportunity to rediscover palettes that I hadn't used in a while and really kind of fall back in love with some of them. So I will say I don't have a lot of visible progress, even though I've used them a ton. In fact, I kept a list. Hold tight. Okay, sorry about that. I thought I was prepared, but clearly I wasn't. Anyway, if you have seen any of my other Project Pan videos, you will know that I do like to keep track of my usage. I feel like that helps to keep me accountable, and it's something that I just find really interesting to see how many uses before I make whatever set of progress goals that I've put for myself. So without further ado, let's talk about the shadows that I pulled and how many times I've used them, what they look like, all that kind of good stuff. So the first shadow is out of my Marc Jacobs The Wild One palette. I absolutely adore this palette. As the name suggests, all of these are eyeshadow palettes that were either limited edition or have been discontinued, so unfortunately you can't get your hands on any of these. But I found that I wasn't using them because I couldn't reference them on my channel, and that was just allowing them to go to waste. So that is why I chose to do this. I apologize that you can't get these shadows, but if you see this anywhere, pick it up. It's phenomenal. So the shade that I drew for this particular project is this shade right here. It is this matte cream color shade. I will do my best to insert some close-ups. This is, I think, the one that has the most visible progress on it, but even then, and sorry for all the glare, I don't know that you'll really be able to pick it up on camera. It does have a bit of a dip going on, not crazy deep, but a bit of a dip going on. But because the shadow is just so light and the dip is so broad, I think it's probably a little bit difficult to see. But I have actually used this every single time that I've done my eyeshadow to set my eyeshadow primer. And I have used this a total of 23 times since the inception of this project. And I'm still going strong with it. So that is it there. The next most used shade comes from my original Urban Decay Naked palette. I drew this color here, the shade Naked, and it does definitely have some dippage going on. Again, I will try to insert some close-up shots because it is really, really difficult to see. But I have used it a total of 21 times. It is what I use almost every single time I go in for a crease shade, no matter what kind of look I'm doing. This is typically what I pull for. Now, the two shades that I think I have had the most fun using, and the palette that I've had the most fun using and rediscovering, is my BH Cosmetics It's My Ray Ray palette. Stinking love this thing. It is so, so nice. So the eyeshadow shade that I pulled, if I can do this without blinding you, is I pulled this shade right here called Spice, and I pulled this shade right here called Fairy Tale. There we go. You can see a little bit of use on Fairy Tale, but I think that's because it's a shimmer shade and it's a little bit easier to see. Spice I have used so many times and it still looks pretty new. I go into things very lightly, so I have a feeling that these shadows are going to be around for quite a while. I did say that I would update you guys monthly, and so I did want to hold true to that. But it's going to be a little bit of a boring update. Probably this one, and honestly, maybe even the next one, just because I go in so lightly. But the look that I have enjoyed doing the most, and the one that I've gravitated towards the most, is taking that Naked shadow, using that all through the crease, and then going in with this palette right here, putting Spice into the crease as well. It is a very, let me get you some swatches. It is a very orange shade. And so I do like using the Naked shade to kind of tone down how bright it is, so that it's, for me, a little bit easier to wear to work. But I will take, actually let me get you a swatch of the Naked shade while we're at it. I'm not going to swatch the first shade that we talked about from the Marc Jacobs palette because it is just your standard matte cream shade. And then let's see. Yeah, you can kind of see it a little bit. So I will take this all through my crease. I will add this one to my crease as well. And then I'll go all over the lid with Fairy Tale. And then use a little bit of a deeper brown in the outer to define the outer corner. And it's beautiful. I have really, really enjoyed doing that. So that has been a really solid look. I have used Spice a total of 8 times and Fairy Tale a total of 4. So that is something that I have enjoyed doing. The other shade that I've gotten a good bit of use out of and that I have paired a lot with my It's My Ray Ray palette is from my Master by Mario Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. The shade that I drew randomly is the shade right here called Marina. Beautiful stinking shade. This eyeshadow palette is what made me fall in love with ABH eyeshadows. And I have to say, and this is going to cause controversy, let me go ahead and swatch this as well for you. I mean, look at that. I prefer the shimmer formula in this palette over her more recent shimmer shade formulas. I feel like this applies so beautifully whether you use your finger or you use a brush, and I feel like in her more recent palettes like the Norvina palette, Soft Glam, Sultry, certainly in both Prism and Subculture, it's got that kind of oilier, more dimethicone heavy sort of formula that really has to be applied with a brush. I'm sorry, not a brush, a finger. And this is the formula that I live for when it comes to shimmer shades because it's beautiful, it's impactful, I can really pack it on with my finger or I can still use a brush and it looks amazing. So this is Marina. And so what I've also been doing is I will take Naked all through the crease. I will put Marina all over the lid, and then going back to this BH Cosmetics palette, the shade that I've fallen head over heels in love with is this one right here called Connie. It is this beautiful true matte purple, and it is, you guys, seriously amazing. And so I will put this all through the outer corner. These two work so nicely together. I've also, just so that you know, I've used Marina 5 times. The other shade that I pulled is from this guy right here. This is my Bare Minerals, the Hidden Treasure. I pulled this shade, let's see if I can do this without blinding you, Nude Beach, which is this shade right here. And so I will do the same. I will put Naked all through the crease, and then I will put Nude Beach all over my lid. And how can I do this so that you can see them next to each other? Yeah, that kind of worked. And then I will take Connie all through the outer third. It looks stunning and I've really enjoyed it. Nude Beach I've used a total of 8 times. So that includes both all over the lid, and I've also used it as an inner corner highlight, and really been enjoying it that way as well. So no pan, no one even genuinely close to pan, to be honest. If I had to put money on it, I would say the first thing I'm going to hit pan on is that cream colored shade in the Marc Jacobs palette. But even then, it's going to still be a little while. I don't know how these ladies are able to hit pan so quickly. It's amazing because I just don't go through eyeshadow or anything, to be honest, quite that quickly. I don't know if it's because I tend to have such a light hand, especially on top of my fair skin. It doesn't take much to really show that pigmentation. I don't know, but I'm going to keep working and keep persevering. I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and if you are panning eyeshadows, let me know how that's going and if you feel in awe of some of these ladies out there that are panning some shadows. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you are new, I hope that you'll consider subscribing before you leave. I hope that you are having an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Bye.